on fractions and mixed numbers. So let's take a little review here. We had a number line up, and we also had little pies divided into 3 in this case. So let's take a look at our number line. And if we have 1/3, you can color in 1/3 of this pie. 2/3, you colored in 2/3 of this pie. 3/3, if you color in 3/3 of the pie, you have 1 whole pie. 4/3, I'm going to color in another third, so now I have 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, which is the same thing as saying 1 whole and 1/3. 5/3, color in my 5th third, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3. So you would have 1 whole pie and 2/3, 1 and 2/3. 6/3, if you have 6/3, notice you have 2 whole pies. 7/3, I'm going to color in another third, so I'd have 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3, 6/3, 7/3, which is the same thing as saying 2 and 1/3. 8/3, I'm going to color in my 8th third, so I'd have 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3, 6/3, 7/3, 8/3, which is the same thing as saying 2 wholes and 2/3, be 2 and 2/3, and then we have 9/3. I'm going to fill in the 9th third, which is the same thing as saying 3 whole pies. So if you notice these fractions here, 1/3 and 2/3, I'm going to recolor these, they happen to be less than a whole. So 1/3 and 2/3 is less than a whole, and 3/3 equal 1 whole pie. Once you get to 4/3, now you have an improper fraction. So we have 4/3. So I need to change that improper fraction. So how am I going to change 4/3 into a mixed number? Well, essentially what I'm saying is 4 divided by 3. So I'm going to put a 4 inside my little division hut, as I like to call it. How many 3's are in 4? There are 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract that. 4 take away 3 is 1. Now, what we've done in the past is we have turned this into a decimal, but in this case we're going to change it into a fraction. So 4 take away 3 is 1. I'm going to put my 1 up here, as Emma suggested to do. Use an arrow to show. And then this is my denominator, which will always stay the same at 3. So I have 1 and 1/3. 1 and 1/3. So 4/3 is the improper fraction. Changed to a mixed number is 1 and 1/3. So here's my 4/3. That would be saying, let's change the colors. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3. It's 1 and 1/3. Now, how do I prove that? Let's say I had 6 and 1/3. What would be the improper fraction? We talked about how we would work backwards. 6 times 3 is 18, plus the 1 is 19, and that would be 19/3. So 6 and 1/3 would be 19 and 1/3, and that's working backwards from a mixed number to an improper fraction.